All it took was just one post on Instagram and it turned my life. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Favorite Coco and I'm so happy to have you here. If this is your first time, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, and let me get right into the video. Today's video is about how I started my business at 19. I was in 300 level at that time studying biochemistry, and I was a beauty queen. So trust me, starting a business was the last thing on my mind because I already had enough for my plate. I'm going to give you guys the tea. It was a random day that I decided to post a crochet set that I made just for fun. I was lucky enough to collab with a popular blogger here in Nigeria, and I saw that the video had more than 200k views in less than one day. And I was like, what? Where have I been all this while? Where have I been? I was going to the comment section and seeing people were willing to buy. And some people sent me a DM that they wanted to buy from me. And I was like, I've been sleeping all this while. My mates are making money. I'm here yarning dust. I just told myself that I have to start this thing, because the truth is, I've actually been doing crochet since I was 9 years old. So I had enough experience, but I had zero experience in running a business. I wanted to start my business as soon as possible, but I knew at the back of my mind that anything that lacks proper planning is planning to fail. So I needed to take my time to plan and strategize on how I was going to present my brand. Like, I'm here, I'm finally here. I will tell you guys step by step what I did and how I actually did it. The first thing I thought of was what's going to be my brand name. Crochet by Coco sounds so simple and at the same time so sweet. I went on Canva to design a logo for myself, a brand logo for myself. I previewed it on Instagram and I really loved how it looked, so I said I was going to stick with that. And I chose black and white as the color of my brand because I am not a fan of colors. So it's very important for you to know the brand name you are going to use, have a logo, and probably a brand color, because most brands I know have their own specific colors, something that it will stick in people's minds that, okay, fine, this guy is selling perfume and he loves purple, this girl is selling crochet and she loves white and black, something like that. The next thing on my list was how I was going to package my order, how I was going to deliver it to people. I went online to search delivery companies here in Nigeria. I saw a few and I looked for one that was actually really close to my school area at that time. I reached out to one of them. I told her I wanted to start my business. I asked her to send me a price list. I didn't wait till I had my first order before I started planning how I was even going to deliver it in the first place. Presentation is very, very important, and that's your packaging. So I took my time to decide the type of nylon I wanted to use, the type of cards I wanted to use, and everything. That was what I was really overthinking at that time because I wanted it to be so perfect. After I got that over with, I invested money into buying props. People love things that are aesthetically pleasing, so they want to see something that looks really nice that will make them want to buy. It wasn't that expensive. I was in a budget actually. So if you want to know how much I spent to start my business, let me know in the comment section, so I'll make another video talking about that. The last thing I got was actually yarn, which was the most important thing. I mean, imagine I spent all my money on packaging, on all of that, and I did not even have yarn to even make the crochet pieces I want to sell in the first place. The biggest challenge when I started my business was actually pricing. I mean, it's a handmade business, so it was so hard trying to explain to people that it's actually going to cost more than knitted pieces. Another thing I did was to invest on Instagram. I was funding my ads account. I started to post consistently there. I started using specific hashtags that I saw other crochet artists use too. I actually went through the pages of I'll call them my competitors, because I mean we are selling the same thing. So I went through their pages, I saw what they used to do, I saw why their videos were getting views, I saw why some were not getting views. So I was learning and I was researching. I did a lot of research before I actually posted that I was actually starting a business, because I didn't just want to start and just fail and just lock up like that. No, if I put my mind to something, I would always make sure it turns out good. I paid attention to captions too, because I mean specific keywords you use in your business can actually help people that are searching every day for what to buy. Where can I get a perfume? Where can I get a crochet skirt? I made a few crochet pieces that I was going to sell. I didn't sell everything at once. I wasn't feeling entitled that, oh, my friends must buy from me. No, I didn't have that mentality. Then on TikTok, I was always posting, using trending sounds and all of that. So the day I actually decided to announce it, I made a short clip and I sent a broadcast list to my friends and family. A few reposted, a few ignored. That's very, very normal. And I was able to get people to save up my number that day, and I was hoping that they would come back to buy from me. So that's how it is. You have to carry your brand on your head. You have to love your brand. Make sure that if you're starting a business, it's something you actually really, really love. Because trust me, there are days that you wouldn't actually sell anything. And if it's something you love, you just keep working. Like, you act like nothing is happening, and you keep pushing till you get to where you want to get to. Consistency is really, really key. Do not give up on whatever it is you are doing. Do not give up on it, and don't ever think that there are no people that would like what you want to do. Trust me, there are people that sell anxiety balls, and trust me, they have people who buy from them. If you are selling perfumes and you have 10 different people selling perfumes in your department or around you, make yours different. It could be your packaging nylon that will make people prefer to buy from you than other people. It could be how you deliver to them that will make them want to buy from you than other people. It could be how you take the pictures of your perfumes and how your perfume is rolling or whatever that is going to make people want to buy from you. So you just have to pay attention to everything and don't leave anything. Don't neglect anything. Don't even think that nothing is not important. Everything is very important when it comes to a business. Everything is important. Another thing is, you should always track your profits and your sales. Always track that. That's one thing I did before I even got my own sales book, because I have a sales book now. In this my book, I divided it into like 5 sections: the name, what they got, how much I spent on yarn, and my profits. So at the end of the month, I was seeing that okay, I was making little profits, and that was giving me an hint of how I was actually going to do my pricing. So I needed experience to get to that point. I needed experience. So now I can tell you that my brand is going to be 2 years by next year, March 20, and I can tell you that I've learned a lot of things. There are times where I undercharge, and it's after I've already delivered I think about it that why did I sell it at that price? And that is completely normal. So I just want to tell you that invest in your business. A business is very, very risky. Do not give up. Post consistently. Social media is very, very powerful. If you are scared of posting your face, you could it's very important that people see your face so they know that you're not a scammer or something. But if you are scared of posting your face or talking, you can at least post a few pictures of yourself so that it's someone that is actually actually owning this business, because they want to see who is accountable for their money, and it is completely normal. I even do that too. Even before I started my business, I want to know who I'm buying from. So you should post yourself once in a while. Always post on social media. I promise you. Okay, fine, you might get a bit of hate comments, but don't even pay attention to that. Always post on social media. Carry your brand on your head. Love your brand. Love what you do. Always tell people too. If I meet someone today, in our first 5 conversations, I would have mentioned, oh, I own a crochet business. Even if they're not buying from me instantly, if they ever think of crochet, or they come across any crochet brand, they'll think about, oh, Coco told me she sells crochet too. And that's something. That is actually something. They can refer you to someone else too. So always post consistently, please. My secret to everything, let me say the sources of my business, is constantly posting on social media. I do it with shamelessly. I post my business shamelessly on social media, and that was how I was able to get my first international order in my 2nd month in my business. Like 2nd month, I already got an international order. So how did I do that? Because I was posting. I was posting on WhatsApp. I was posting on TikTok, on Instagram. I was running ads on Instagram. I was posting on Snap. I was posting everywhere. Everywhere I was active, I was posting. So always post your work, please. Always post your work. And trust me, how you carry your brand is the same way people will look at it too. If you carry it like it's $1 million brand, that is how people are going to look at it. So always carry yourself, carry your brand like it's everything to you, and you would see that people are going to love it as much as you do. So thank you very much for watching my video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, and tell me your own experience with starting your own business, when you started it and how it was like. And if you want me to make a different video of how I balanced school with my handmade crochet business, let me know in the comment section and I'll do another video about that. Thank you very much. Till next time. Bye.